I swear nothing will stop me from fighting, from conquering. I'm your beautiful ruler, your god of the water. I am your king. Leader stepping down, the leader stepping down. Here to take the crown, I'm here to take the crown. Crown me, dress me as your majesty. Bow down for me on both knees and kiss the ring. Crown me, dress me as your majesty. Bow down for me on both knees and kiss the ring. I am king.
Hi, my name is Vincent Von Dyke, and I'm your producer and judge of King Me, Rise of a Drag King. This week, our contestants were challenged to bring us their celebrity impersonations and to woo these ladies on a blind date in our brand new game, Love Stash. Things are heating up as we have two lucky girls.
Hi, I'm Miss Jenna DuMay, and you better be amazing to take me out on our first date.
Hi, I'm Miss Jess. You're gonna ask me some questions, and then I'm gonna pick one of you to be with me.
You get to hook up with one of these 5 hot hunts.
Hello ladies, I'm JC. I'm just a humble man from Nazareth, and you should choose me because I'll take you to heaven and back.
Good evening, San Diego, and I'm Ron Burgundy.
Oi! 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Hello, beautiful. I'm the ever-impressive, often imitated, but never duplicated, genie of the lamp. One rub, and your every wish is granted.
Joker here! Always ready to put a smile on your face. Just don't compare me to the bats. I have more style, more brains. Some women might consider my style a little eccentric.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm a real thriller.
Who will they choose? Right now on Love Stash. Miss Jenna, what would you like to ask one of our contestants?
So, what would our first date be just like? Describe it to me.
You know, I'm the kind of guy who likes to keep things simple, so I think we could take a bike ride, maybe get some ice cream, and enjoy a beautiful walk across the lake.
I would take you off to Neverland. We could watch movies, climb a giving tree, play in the amusement park, and visit the zoo. It would just be magical.
Miss Jenna, you ain't never had a man like me. See, our first date, well, it starts. See, to a destination wherever you wish, to do whatever you wish, and you guessed it, the evening ends with a nightcap of wish fulfillment.
Well, I would pick you up in my stunning vehicle, and then we would go to a smooth jazz bar for a bite to eat. I play a little jazz flute myself, so I might entertain you. Then we'd come home for some sweet love making.
So when I'm picking out something to wear, I guess I should keep in mind if you like leather or lace.
I'm a traditional kind of man, you might say. A man of America. A man who finds San Diego to be his home. So I'm really more of a lace kind of guy. Something sexy and subtle. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I behold a lot of beauty in my day.
Personally, to me, there's nothing like the feeling of the cold, smooth leather all over your body.
pretty much a leather guy. I think that leather looks great on all women. Sandals, corsets, Bibles.
Leather on my bottom and lace on the top. Leather because it's smooth like a smooth criminal, and lace to cover my face.
I'm a hungry girl. I like food. What kind of food would you be? And why?
If I could describe myself as a food, it would have to be my favorite food, which is scotch. Scotch, scotch, scotch. I love scotch. Smooth, crisp, everything you'd want in a man.
Holly.
Pudding.
You know, I think most people who know me would describe me like a warm loaf of bread. Tough on the outside, soft on the inside, and there's always enough of me to go around.
As you can probably tell, I like to give a good spanking. If I were to spank you, what kind of noises would you make?
Excuse you. Only my mother has ever spanked me, and that is how it will stay. That is not appropriate. See what you made me do?
It might be something like, oh, me, oh, me, oh, dad, oh, dad, oh, me, oh, me.
So I really like packages. If you brought me a package, what would be in it?
I have the perfect idea for a package for Miss Girly. Dynamite!
Well, there you have it.
I too love a good package. In my package there would be some scotch, perhaps a spicy, smoky scotch to remind you of me, along with a strong cheese and a spicy pepperoni, perhaps a kielbasa, and everybody loves a little bit of chocolate. Maybe some chocolate sauce that we could use a little later. And a cigar. You're not allowed to smoke it, that's for me. I'll be over later.
You see, I'm a dealer of desired treasures. So the package outside your door is a treasure chest. Just simply do a reach around and you find the golden lamp of happiness. Give it a rub and it all spills out.
Girl.
I think it's a good idea to have a safe word. If you were to get kinky with me, what would your safe word be?
Safe? Who plays safe anymore?
If I needed a safe word with a lady, it would have to be something I would never say, like Channel 5 News is my favorite, or Spanish language channel has the best news team.
Banana. Because my chimp Bubbles makes me feel safe.
I need a handyman in my life. Which hand would you use? Right or left?
Well, I'm not much of a handyman, but I do like feet.
Oh, you don't say, Mr. G.
Something I've learned from Penguin.
Why choose one hand? Both of these hands are made for magic.
Well, you know, carpentry's kind of my thing, so I'm pretty good with my hands, but I think that Christians generally prefer the right.
I think guys make great pets. But if you were an actual animal, what kind of animal would you be?
Totally a squirrel. Because it's all about these nuts.
That's easy. I would be a sex panther.
Well, I like pussy.
If I wanted you to clean my house, what would you wear for eye candy for me?
Well, the ladies tell me that I look pretty good for being 2017 years old, so I think a loincloth ought to do.
Well, I think this is a moot question because there's no way that I would be cleaning a house. I love the ladies, but I have people to do that for me. I'm kind of a big deal.
Well, if it's eye candy you want, then that's what I'll deliver. Just picture it, me cleaning away with only a strategically placed king-size Butterfinger wrapper. Who are we kidding? Let's not be modest. This guy is gonna need two. And don't forget, that vacuum. Something's gotta suck away all that dirty.
I like my man to always look good. But it's not always what you wear on the outside. What would you wear underneath just for me?
If I had to wear something underneath to impress a lady, I would simply wear my jungle rug. You could make your way through the forest, one hair at a time.
I suppose if I were to dress up for you, I wouldn't need to wear anything except my halo.
This thing right here. Let me see that
I like an extra clean carpet of mine. How would you clean my carpet?
I invite over the children. We wear scrub brushes like shoes and dance around the carpets with squirt guns of bubbly water. Children show me in their playful smiles the divine in everyone.
Well, the carpets never match the drapes anyway, so I always install hard wood.
Well, I like to lather up rather sensually, rub myself down with some exotic oils, and occasionally I like to give it a good braid or some other kind of hairstyle for my carpet, of course.
In case we want to switch things up, show me how you tie a knot.
I know how to tie a few knots. I'm snacking on these grapes here. And just pull these apart real fast. Go ahead and How's that? Too naughty?
It makes your mistress very happy.
Well, I have a little trick that makes things a little easier in the bedroom. Pretty handy, huh? Could use that on you sometime.
Do we know how to tie a knot?
Oh, Mr. G.
I like a strong man. Show me your dick. Muscles. Muscles. Show me your muscles.
think it's appropriate to show you my biggest muscle.
Well, I've always been a little bit on the skinny side, but I'm happy to show you these guns.
I have to let you know that I work out every day, several times a day, and got pretty tight in the biceps here. Yes. Oh, it feels so good.
My apartment's looking a little sparse. If you were to come here, what type of furniture would you be?
Since the rear is my favorite body part, consider me that corner chair that you love so much. Feel free to take a seat and let me handle all that booty.
Mr. G, you don't have to answer that. That's a stupid question. Are you kidding me? That's so dumb. Why don't we ask you that, Miss Thang? What kind of furniture piece you'd be? Huh? Probably a doorknob. We all know why, because everybody getting a good turn at ya. Oh.
Teach you a lesson.
So we're at the bar, right? Best pickup line for me. Go.
Do your legs hurt? Because I've been thinking about chopping them off all night.
You look tired. Want to have a sleepover?
I just simply walk up to you and say, beautiful, looks like you've been sitting here all night. Just thinking, why can't I find a man who'll give me everything that I'm wishing for? Well, voila, search no more. I'm just the man you've been looking for.
If we were both in the same bar, I would have to say that it would be a jazz bar. I may even be on stage. This would be my pickup line. And you would come straight to me.
There's nothing wrong with sharing, unless you need me to teach you otherwise. But how open are you to sharing?
Well, why do you think she's here?
Speak for yourself.
Well, sharing. I'm all about sharing, especially any and all of me. But I think you might change your tune once you get a little bit of these Kama Sutra moves from the lamp.
To give someone a piece of your heart is worth more than all the love in the world.
Again, in the club, what drink would you bring me?
Definitely not Pepsi. Anything but Pepsi. Perhaps something breezy and bouncy with savory juices to make your taste buds want to moonwalk the roof of your mouth.
See, now a queen like you doesn't need a man like me to order you a drink. You know exactly what tickles your taste buds. I'll just make you this promise. Be the best you ever had.
Well, I'd probably just order you a water, you know. I think it's important to stay hydrated.
Sometimes I can't help to leave a mark. If I were to bite into you, what would you taste like?
Well, Mistress Jess, just consider me a delectable treat. Imagine that mouth-watering, just craving for more sweetness. Now times that by 10, and you got me. So feel free to sink those teeth in.
I'm almost entirely Scotch at this point in the day, so I would say Scotch. I would taste a lot like Scotch. Scotch, Scotch, Scotch. Maybe a little bit of kielbasa.
I would taste like sweet tarts, sugar plums, and mac and cheese. They're my favorites.
I think it's a real turn on when a guy knows how to cry. Cry for me. Cry!
ashamed to cry. I saw the first 10 minutes of Up. Something like...
I just can't.
Mistress Jess.
I appreciate that you are a strong, independent woman, but I, as a strong, highly independent man, will not cry for you, unless of course you show me an exquisite bosom. Then I may shed a tear. But until that time, which would be after our second date probably, you will not see a tear out of me.
I love a good mustache ride. Show me your skills.
My mustache has many skills. I also have many mustaches. This is my signature look though. I like to fluff it up. Gives it a good tickle. And you can see my other mustache.
Mustachio in the trunk of my car?
Who will they choose out of these sexy hot hunks? Miss Jenna, what is your selection?
If I had to pick one boy from the, if I had to pick one match for me, it would have been Jesus Christ.
If I could only pick one, then I would have to pick Mr. Trey Alize, the genie. Just because he looks like he's already groomed for slavery. Unless, Miss Jenna, you wanna get in here on the action?
Do I get both of you back?
Well, that about rounds up our episode of Love Stash. Wow, those contestants were really good this week. Let's deliberate with the judges. So let's get started. Let's deliberate the contestants. How did you love the episode this week?
I
Or
did. I think
the
these
footage.
guys are super talented and hilarious.
Yeah, the footage was really good. I was really impressed actually. And we'll start off with Rhett Slutler.
All right, well, Rhett Slutler certainly knows his Ron Burgundy, that's for sure.
Right. I was kind of hoping that he would have used I'm kind of a big deal a lot because Ron Burgundy does that a lot. And it's really into his character. And I only heard it once. And I was like, God, I wish he would have said it more. But his was great. I loved it. Every single piece of it.
Yep, he got the look, he got the mannerisms.
Right. Even like the in-between times with the mustache and like his scotch drink and like that tongue thing that he did. It was hilarious. I LOL'd while I was watching
Oh
it.
my gosh, I LOL'd a lot during this too. And for Ron Burgundy in particular, I LOL'd when the jazz flute was used as the pickup line. That was so good.
Yeah, he was highly inappropriate for his character, which is perfect because that's what the show is. I mean, a lot of the questions are innuendos for that reason, just to see how they would answer in their character, and it's hilarious. So he really played on that. With the flute, even cleaning the flute, that was hilarious.
I feel like some of the things he said were definitely things you would hear Ron Burgundy say, and I feel like he definitely had some of the characteristics of Ron Burgundy's character, like the hair obviously looked like his hair, the mustache looked like his mustache. You know, and the outfit that he wore was the outfit that Ron Burgundy wore. So as far as his illusion goes and sticking to character, I think he did a pretty good job. So I feel like he was a little monotone in his character, like his deliverance, the way that he spoke. And I don't remember Ron Burgundy being quite that monotone. Like I feel like there were certain points where he could have gotten more excited about things or just delivered his line with a little bit more personality to really capitalize and overcharacterize the character that he was trying to represent.
Yeah, you know, one thing that I wished about everybody overall was that for most people, I wish that for most people they would have gone over the top even more. That's one of the things about being DIY with this and not necessarily having a director there, is there's no one to say, okay, do it again, but just way more exaggerated this time. And some of the characters were already pretty exaggerated, so in order to do an impersonation of them, I think that needed to be accentuated even more, just with most people.
So we'll go on to Trey Alize.
Trey Alize as the genie. I laughed so hard at the magic carpet welcome mat.
Yeah, it was cute that he used songs with his answers too, because that just showed that he thought outside the box a little bit more and was like, how can I stand out?
Yeah, for sure. He had a really amazing array of props. And again, as he's done in all of the other challenges, he had the complete head-to-toe look going on, the setting, the props, everything. It's like he's always doing a full production, so that's impressive.
Yeah, it really shows that he's like putting everything into it to make it happen, and he's really passionate about what he's doing in drag, and I admire that.
Yeah, definitely. I think that as the Robin Williams genie, he could have gone way bigger, just because Robin Williams is so off the wall that often I saw Trey Alize sort of poking through, which Trey is awesome, he's charming, but in this challenge and in this impersonation, I think it's important to commit 100%.
Initially, I was like, hell yeah, Trey, great job, I fucking love it. And then the more that I watched, in addition to seeing some of the flaws with the makeup and the difference in the realistic version of the face versus the cartoon body, and then going through the video footage, the more questions that he answered, I feel like the more he lost the genie character and the more he just became that charming Trey.
I really like Trey this week. He always puts on a really big production. And every challenge he puts on, he has props and he does costume, and he really goes all out and puts on this production. And he did go to the charming Trey, and I did see a lot of Trey. But again, Trey's charming, and he charmed me this week with his genie. And there could have been things that he could have done, and he could have used the genie aspect more, but he made me LOL the whole time. Right. He was totally charming, and I was like, Genie is very like, and I'm here. Like, he's very loud.
Yeah.
Anyways, we will go on to Mr. Ace Phoenix.
Ace Phoenix. So I thought the voice was hilarious, and when he said, make your taste buds want to moonwalk the roof of your mouth, I lost it. Yes, and it was obvious that he'd really done his homework from all the different references that he made. I know that the giggle gesture is an iconic Michael Jackson move, but I thought it was overused a little.
Right, I thought the same thing. I was like, I wish, because Michael Jackson has so many little things about him, like turn around and go, ow, he just has so many things about him that I feel like he overused one specific thing, and he could have used so many other things in that in-between time to fill it up instead of repeating it. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, no, I agree. If I was going to pick a critique, I would definitely say, like, he could have picked something other than just a giggle to represent that character. And someone like Michael Jackson, there's so many years worth of history that you can find that it's hard to just pick one characteristic, and almost one that's less known. You know, like when you see Michael Jackson, you think of the leg thing that he does, his leg kick, or you think of, the crotch grab and stuff like that. And he really could have used some of that to his advantage, and he really didn't. He made some references like to moonwalks and stuff like that, and like Neverland Ranch and things like that, though, that I felt were pretty on point.
He was definitely visibly cracking himself up a few times, which is something that I've also clocked him on with the past 2 challenges, where he was obviously breaking character or breaking the fourth wall. And while it's okay to do that every once in a while, I mean, they even do it on Saturday Night Live and it's funny sometimes, you can't do it every single time. So that's really something to work on.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like I'm still waiting for Ace to bust out of a shell. So our next contestant is Papi Churro.
Papi. So Papi Churro looked super creepy. Great for the Joker. I thought his look in general was great. And there were a few times that I saw him peeking through as opposed to the Joker. And I think that in general, he needed to be even more deranged and over the top, just because that's one of those characters that is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So you can't kind of do it halfway.
Right. And I feel like he relied on Harley a little too much. I feel like
I agree.
Harley answered more questions than he did for him. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's cool, and Harley is a great like prop, but I feel like she took over the show for him, and he's supposed to shine and be the character and be in this challenge, and she kind of took that away. Maybe not on purpose. It was a good prop, but I think Harley outshined him.
And I feel like his energy was amazing, but his answers, I felt like some of his answers were kind of lacking. And I feel like Harley Quinn and the Joker kind of go hand in hand a lot of the time. But I feel like in this case, when you're supposed to be doing an impersonation of somebody, I don't know that having Harley Quinn in the picture helped him. I feel like it almost took away from his impersonation at times. And that was really a bummer for me to see.
Right, because
after seeing as much energy as Papi had and what he was capable of doing in this challenge, and then seeing, Harley get the spotlight quite a few times, it just kind of took it away from me.
Yeah, I feel like the Joker would have been really strong by himself.
More is not necessarily always more with having another person or having a million props or whatever that extra thing is that you want to do that you think will add to your piece. Sometimes just keeping it simple is best.
I feel like Papi has grown so much just in this competition, because I've watched Papi before this competition, and I've followed him and seen what he's done, and I just feel like he really pushed himself and stepped outside his shell, and I really admire that and enjoy that he has done that.
I agree. It's really exciting to watch him grow, and he's an example of someone who's growing so exponentially. He hasn't even been doing drag for all that long, but he just improves every time he steps on stage. So, Jesus!
I love JC.
Who doesn't? I'm Jewish and I love JC. I was just all about it. One of the advantages of doing JC, which I can imagine Ennis relished as an actor and just all around really creative person, is that this wasn't doing JC the way JC was already done in some movie. Ennis really had a lot of free reign to write the script and sort of do what he wanted.
Yeah, and he was really clever with his answers. Every single one of his answers were on point to what JC would say.
Exactly, and they were all witty one-liners. It was super entertaining.
Yeah, the only critique I really had for Ennis was I wish that he would have changed his voice.
I love Ennis as an entertainer. I admire the work that he does. I thought it was funny that he picked Jesus. But I have to say, comparatively, this didn't do it for me. I mean, I feel like he put the least amount of work into his character than anyone else in the entire competition this challenge. And for Ennis, who has been at the top for a lot of these challenges, with like little to no other work into the illusion, I just felt like for me, it didn't cut it. As far as the character that he played, he made a lot of references that fit the character, so he did a good job in that. I do feel like he relied too much on the continue to go back to like when people are saying, oh God, or Jesus, and saying, oh me, oh dad. I feel like he did that quite a lot. And I would have liked to see even more. A lot of his one-liners and responses were pretty quirky. But for me, it just wasn't enough.
I agree. His illusion wasn't, it's just like when you go back to Rhett and it's like, it's still Rhett Slutler. And this is still Ennis F.W. And I feel like they have this opportunity to really show the world and the people that are watching that what they can do. And I feel like he could have done a lot more and done a different character that maybe would have made him stand out more as far as his illusion.
And I have to say, I disagree with you. You said he gave us Ennis F.W. I disagree. Everything that I've seen from Ennis F.W. in this competition was way better than what I saw this challenge. He didn't even give us Ennis F.W. I feel like, I mean, I saw where he was going with it, like I said, and he did have good answers. It was funny. But comparatively, because again, this is a comparative competition, I just don't feel like he put that much work into it. And I guess I expected more. I expected more because I know he's capable of more.
The judges have deliberated this week, and your winner this week is Ennis F.W. Your winner this week will receive a prize from Faux King Designs. Faux King Designs makes customized jewelry just for kings. Unfortunately, we must send someone home. So, Ace Phoenix, we would love for you to stay, but you really must dash. Thank you for watching our show. We have so much in store still. Your next challenge is to bring us decades of drag. Different decades, the 20s, the 70s, future. And with these decades, we want you to sell us your best product. Commercials. What are you going to sell us? Be creative. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook. All of that is at the bottom. GoFundMe. Give us some money, honey. All proceeds go to the winner of King Me Rise of a Drag King, so if you want to throw some dollars. Be sure to check you next time on King Me Rise of a Drag King.
I'm your beautiful ruler, your god of the water. I am your king. Leader stepping down, the leader stepping down. Here to take the crown.